A season filled with uncertainty brought on by the pandemic will end with a perfectly predictable college football playoff. Alabama versus Notre Dame, Clemson versus Ohio State, four of the bluest of blue bloods and the teams that have comprised of the top four in the rankings for nearly 2 months. Notre Dame was picked Sunday over Texas A&M for the final spot, ending what little drama there had been. The top four teams in the selection committee's first rankings of the season were the same teams that they had earlier on. Joining us now to talk more from Charlotte, North Carolina is Roger Green. Roger, it's the same teams, but announced in a different order. Let's talk a little bit of college football. Where are you at with all this?
Yeah, I'm calling it the COVID consolation tournament. This is the makeup for everything that went bad in college football this year. So the selection committee took the top four that were great for ratings, great for engagement, great for drama, and it was highly predictable, as you mentioned. But I think it's going to be a good tournament. The only one that was really, really debatable was probably Ohio State because they only played 6 games this year. So Texas A&M, they had their didn't they were very upset about it. They had their worries about it, but all in all, I think this is the best four for college football during this tumultuous situation that we've had with COVID.
Definitely a very unique season for sports overall. Roger, only 11 of them have ever reached the playoff, and all four of these participants have been there before. January 1st, A&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, there's going to be some college football being played there. What's the perspective, that you feel as far as the players and the teams as to what the remainder of this season is going to look like?
Well, they're very excited. Whenever you get to this level, when you get the chance to play for a national championship, you really don't care, if it's COVID or what's going on. When you have an opportunity to cement yourself in history, to go down in history as a champion, you definitely want to do so. So this is the final four. I think it's going to be a great, great final four, particularly a great final if it pans out the way that we think it will, which we think it will probably be Alabama and Clemson again, another rematch. And so this is interesting to me because Alabama has been known for having a juggernaut. They have a Hall of Fame coach in Nick Saban, but you have the I don't even want to call him up and coming coach Dabo Sweeney because he has cemented himself in history now and has made himself as a prominent college coach, not just now but in history. But there's always been this rivalry between Nick Saban and Dabo Sweeney. So I think Dabo really is looking forward to beating Alabama again. Clemson is number two. Everybody looks at them as a favorite, but they always try to play the
Sure.
David and Goliath card. They always try to play the underdog role. So I think they really relish this opportunity that Alabama is number one and they want to knock them off.
Well, certainly we're looking forward to January and looking forward to some college football this season. Roger, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's just always a pleasure talking with you.